YouTube, new family, what is going on? Daniel here for another video. We are here on a Friday. Uh, Work just ended. A long weekend is upon us. And essentially, I am in a predicament, but my ego is really playing tricks on me in games, give me stories. Um, One, the reason is salsa. So I've taken a hiatus from salsa. I've taken about a week off just to get myself back in power, align myself, and remove any stories, especially confronting somebody that I recently ended things with, who goes to a lot of these events. And it's just getting back in power, not listening to that ego that wants to control and wants to be managed the way um, I'm growing at the moment and dealing with that rupture of the relationship, which is perfect. Um, but two, it's because my mind wants to be doing something always. One thing I'll admit, that I did make plans to go to Ribfest, and that is for, well, I mean, it's to go with a friend, but we will see if actually that's the right choice because he's someone that is actually going away to Switzerland, and both of us actually connected on spirituality, connected on something, you know, in terms of our perspective, the way we see the world. So as someone that will be leaving shortly, and someone that I will miss because being in that presence and understanding and locking on the same things does give me a lot of frequency. It gives me a lot of peace knowing that there's someone else there that understands the way I see the world and do things, and very good energy, great guy, and I'll be seeing him later, but I have to reflect and see now that I made this video because I have this weird energy to see if it's maybe a different choice I can make. Who knows? We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm in the process right now of getting back into myself, you could say, making decisions that help me to connect with the only person that can guide and work through me and give me the answers. I've been changing my prayers as well. This morning, I really just focused on letting him work through me, like letting myself be a vessel, removing all control, like basically saying, I am a vessel for you, Lord Jesus. I am my disciple. I simply want you to work through me, guide me unto where you want me to be. I remove all control. I remove all fear. I remove all stories. I remove all doubts and let you guide me. I need the steps to take, and I will take them, but guide me with the Spirit, guide me with whatever you need to do, and I will let it be done. As your will is my will, and yeah, something like that. But it's giving me more energy because, yeah, guys, it's very crazy how the ego could come in and play with you on many different little things. Like I made a video yesterday about a phone case, but guys, it could be anything. You could be working and it tries to distract you with go do this or go look at this worldly thing. Maybe it's a woman or maybe it's the news or who knows what it could be, but it's things that it tries to trick you with to get you out of your power, and it's very easy to be fooled and not realize what is happening. But once it happens, you're like, wow, like that was ego, you know? Um, because the spirit, when it's connected, does not need anything. It simply needs Jesus, and that is it. It does not need, a feeling from the world. It does not need anything extra, you know? It can enjoy things, but does not need a feeling from anything. So me, like I said, taking a hiatus from salsa was because I realized I was trying to get a feeling from doing something, whether it's salsa, whether it's um, Netflix, YouTube videos, reels, um, who knows, even music. Like trying to get a feeling from anything is once you see yourself doing it, maybe you don't notice yourself doing it, is we have to remove in order to get back in your power. Because getting back in your power is realizing that all you need is the connection to God, to Jesus, and everything else will come as a consequence. It's truly having faith that He's everything you need. And it sounds cliche, and it sounds, like made up maybe, but guys, truly, like, because I've learned these past few weeks, learning things and unlearning things, I guess you could say, or not applying things that I learned and then reapplying them now. Yeah, I realized that you can't tie yourself to anything in this world and expect to have peace, expect to grow, expect to have love, expect for things to flow from you. Because tying yourself to anything is truly the devil's way to control you. Um, and the only thing that we have to do truly is each day seek Jesus more and more, let Him guide us. And if He wants to put things on our path, we enjoy them, but we don't hold on to them. We don't try to control them. We don't believe we know what to do with them. We simply let Him guide us. And it's the hardest path because, like I said, you're moving ego 24/7. And the ego is always trying to come in and play and, make you do things. But guys, it's truly the hardest path, but the most worthwhile, because when you are in power, guys, and you're in a place of making the right choices and staying in power, guys, it's truly crazy what you begin to attract, how easy it gets attracted because you're not thinking, and how you're just flowing, like you're just frequency, you're just in power. You're just like, this is not me, like it's something else that's flowing through you, it's working through you, and you're simply truly a vessel at that point. And it's almost like you can do no wrong, except when you make the wrong choice, then your frequency drops. So it's all a frequency game, it's not a feeling game. That's why, with this long weekend, the stories are that, oh, go chase a feeling and go do something. But yeah, guys, I have to stay basically put. That's why I'm reflecting as well on the decision to go to this Rib Fest, because am I doing it for a feeling, or am I doing it for frequency? And I do get frequency from the person I'll be going with, but like I said, going to a place like that where it's, a feeling of eating and gluttony, and is it really the right choice? You have to really reflect on that and see. So it's crazy I made the video and admitted this. But yeah, it's everything that I observe and see, because like I said, really removing myself from most things I do on the weekends or when I have extra time, and just staying with myself truly made me see how much my ego wants to separate myself from me, from my soul. And yeah, it's crazy because once you end a relationship or something sudden happens, the first thing you want to do is be around people instantly, whether it's for flesh, whether it's for a feeling, whether it's for a sense of like love, security. But guys, you can do that for yourself. Like, the person that wants to do that for you is waiting for you, but what you have to do is begin to do that for yourself. And then when you find again the connection with the Creator, you once again see who you truly are, because He knows who you are. But getting lost in the world and doing things to not be lonely or not be alone or get a feeling is delaying that process of finding yourself again, and getting back in your power. And when you delay getting back in your power, you delay your gift being given to the world. And all gifts are spiritual. I was reflecting on that today, and I met someone at the gym, and essentially the first thing he asked me was, "What do you do?" And I said, "Sales and coaching." But truly, like, doing what we do is, you're like, what do we do beyond those things? Because he mentioned he did real estate and he was in private equity investing, but I didn't feel like he wanted to do that. Um, and you know, in terms of those professions, there's obviously high income and high capital and those things, but beyond that, the people you're serving, do they have any kind of growth towards themselves? Like, maybe you do real estate, you rent your property to somebody, but does that person grow from you giving them that service, or do you grow doing that thing, or is it just simply an exchange just for money? And what do you do really stuck with me. Like, what do I do? And my answer should have been, I follow a 0.01% lifestyle to remove my ego so I can get close to the source and he can reveal my mission and my gift here on this earth. That's truly what I do, what I see myself doing. I could say I do videos, or I do interviews, like keeping it superficial and worldly, but yeah, guys, that's what I feel like I do. I dedicate myself to making the choices that raise my frequency, um, or help me live spiritually, so I can get closer to Jesus and He can guide me. You know, and that's what I feel like I do, and that's why all the choices I make, small or big, have to be the right ones, because yeah, it's all spiritual. All the choices you make are spiritual. So if you make the wrong decision, it's because you got tricked by the enemy and the ego. If you made the right decision, it's because you're being guided, and the spirit, is guiding you, and you're following the spirit, and you're making the right choices, and you're able to do things properly. But that's truly it. It's binary. It's up or down. Like it's light or dark. It's peace or love, peace or hate. Love or hate. Like it's high frequency or low frequency. Like it's very simple. So even making this video, like I said, I could have easily not made the video and done something else, like who knows what, truly. But I did it because my ego didn't want me to do it. My ego didn't want me to speak. My ego wanted to control me about what I was going to speak about and try to get a feeling from it. But I'm here simply flowing and giving you guys the truth of what is happening and how I'm experiencing this, because this is all new for me. When you're on your path and you're growing alone, it's very much easier. But after meeting somebody, and things ending, I saw things about myself even more deeply that had to be fixed. Be in my ear. And that's gave me a different experience in terms of living these past few days, away from those things I was doing, mostly salsa, but other things as well. And yeah, guys, it's a different perspective, much more different in terms of the person I'm becoming, but also gave me a much deeper experience in terms of who I could be and what I can become and how much more empowered I can get and how I can stay there and how I can help other souls and, help guide them, or help Jesus guide them and plant seeds and, attract things and be in high frequency and give love and give faith and be in peace and make the right choices. Like these are all things that I saw before, but now that this happened and it's perfect, I see it in a different way now. I see it like almost more valuable that these things come back, because yeah, guys, you truly can't lose yourself in anything in this world, no matter what it is that can be presented, how shiny it is. It's not worth losing yourself, because yeah, guys, like I said, life is precious. I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but life is very precious. You don't know how long you have. We're told we have 60 years, 80 years, but truly your day can be tomorrow. And that's why I thank God every day for another day. I thank Him for choosing me. I thank Him for this path. I thank Him for the peace I feel, the love, removing, the devices, putting the Holy Spirit upon me so those things don't come back. But it's putting in the work over and over, and making choices that, yeah, the old you would make usually, but each day you grow, and each day you have to realize that the choices you make either raise your frequency or don't. So yeah, all the choices matter, all the decisions matter, and it's all making the right ones over and over, no matter what your mind tries to tell you, because your mind is truly where the ego resides and tries to lie to you. And when you're connected, you get the wisdom and you simply follow it. So right now I'm just making this video. I still feel that maybe friction with the decision, but later. So I really have to reflect on it and see if it's the right choice. And maybe it's just about staying inside, enjoying the sun, and being in my own company, and then seeing from there. But yeah, guys, wanted to make a quick video to share everything. As his bees in my hair. and should be transparent, not try to hide things, not try to be perfect. I don't want to create this thing that I'm perfect. I also don't want to be in this place where I feel like I'm better than people or I can judge people. I'm simply someone that, like I said, was no one. I was chosen and just start to follow the signs and the things that were being put in front of me, the steps. And still, I feel like nobody. It's not in a way where like, I talk down about myself. I don't feel like I'm anybody to judge anybody. All I can do is give what worked for me, give what helped me remove lust from going 4 or 5 years picking up women, not missing a single weekend, going out in clubs, to now, not fornicating, no sex outside of marriage for, was it a year and almost a half now. No porn, no masturbating for about a year and a bit. No alcohol for 2 years almost. No drugs for 2 years. Um, what other vices? No gambling, no video games. Not a big thing for video games before. I mean, maybe I played like one game of something, but it's not like I was addicted to it. And yeah, guys, these are things that happen naturally, especially the porn and the masturbating. Like, these are things that I never thought in my whole life I'd be able to overcome, or thought they would always be there. Something I always have to like just manage of like how many times I'm gonna do it maybe, or how many times I'm gonna like watch porn. But now I don't watch porn. Like, I truly don't watch it. Like, there's not even a thought of it. And if there's a thought of it, I know it's something that's a change. It's frequency. That's why I talk about low frequency is when you're close to the enemy. High frequency is when you're as close to as possible to the King of Kings. So yeah, I can only just keep myself in higher frequency, get in power, and let things automatically flourish from me. Like I said, I didn't control the things that God removed, the lust that God removed. I didn't control that. I didn't say like, okay, day 500 with Jesus, remove porn, not like, no, guys, I just follow the path, let the Holy Spirit really like overflow and come into me, and many days just crying, getting wisdom that just basically surpassed everything that my body and my mind could handle. And I simply just started getting closer and closer to Jesus, like more in love with him, more thankful, more grateful, um, more appreciative, which is the same thing. But like just this like thankfulness that he put me on this path, because like I said before, I was losing myself in just constant clubs and parties and women and like, girlfriends and how they looked and, like sex, drugs, DJs, trips, chasing money. I was never fulfilled. I never knew who I was. And now I can say that even with this whole hiatus I'm taking of salsa and not going out and even deciding on, if going to Ribfest is the right choice, I see that I'm still protected from so many different things that I started with before. Like I said, insane amount of lust, like insane. Like I remember at the height of it, I couldn't go 3 days without having sex. Like 3 days, like I was like scratching, like I need to message somebody, like someone has to be here right now. Like the height of drugs, like trying everything just to get a feeling. At the height of women, like sex clubs, like trying to share the girl I was with, one of my ex-girlfriends, sharing her with friends, trying to have threesomes, foursomes, filming things, filming for social media, trying to get validation from social media. My Instagram 4 or 5 years ago was girls and pulling girls and after parties with girls, and I was trying to see what I can get away with the most. Like how explicit can I be without being explicit? Like trying to hint so many different things that I was doing, but I was really just escaping. And now, guys, it's like a different life, like truly, you know. And it could seem boring to the world because the world lives for a feeling, like I did. So when people say have fun, let loose, what is having fun? Like if you ask yourself, having fun, letting loose, let me live. What is letting you live? Like think about that. let me live, or yeah, have fun, or loosen up. Like losing yourself in a feeling, like that's essentially in a macro way or a macro understanding, that's what you're doing. You're just entering a club or going on vacation or going to a concert or whatever it is and losing yourself in a feeling of something inside yourself. And then going to work and doing things that you don't want to be doing because you're not, grateful that you have the day. This I'm talking about myself here, how I used to be, and then trying to escape in something else. So you have a job you're not grateful for, you're just doing it for money, and then you go and start to picture, okay, I can use this money to travel. You start to like get in your head about traveling and create a story about that, and then like, oh, what about with a girl? And then you just create another story, and you start to like lose yourself in a feeling, and then yeah, you start to like give your power away by just chasing everything. Like I was chasing women, money, validation, status. Like I was chasing everything. I was giving my power away always, and I wouldn't be able, like I said 3 years ago, to sit here on a Friday night when Veld the festival is going on, what, like 20-minute walk away, and I can go and pick up girls and yeah, sleep with them and bring them here because it's 10 minutes away and go to an after party. Like, guys, I was literally doing that a year and a half ago. Yeah, something like that. A year and a half ago. That's when I really started to like. I was still, because like I said, I was full on an addict to lust, and I came out of it. You know, slowly. Just like I said, first is the habits, like waking up before 5, tracking your food, training every day, burpees every day, reading, reflecting, removing the vices. So you can start with the ones that are biggest for you, or least, or maybe least hard. Like alcohol was easy for me, drugs was a bit easier as well. But women, going out, the friends I was with or had at the time, and that feeling you get from being with the girl, and not even being with her, but what people think, or where you believe people think about you being with them, and like that ego that drives you to be with them, was the hardest one to let go of. But as I kept doing the habits, kept growing, and Jesus kept getting closer and closer, doing it just was harder and harder. Like it was almost like I was pushing myself to do it. I remember going to a trip in Mexico and doing that for the last time. And then when I slept with her and like basically it went in and everything happened, and I finished and whatever it was, like cool, I got a feeling. But after it was like I feel like something was taken from me. Like this energy that I built up is like I feel like off. I feel weird. And that's when I noticed. I was like, okay, like there's something spiritual happening here. And like, like, because guys, sex is very spiritual. It's energy, it's frequency. It's like even it's spiritual. Like you're passing on, like you're receiving, you're opening up your spiritual gate for anything really. Like if she has demons, that person you're sleeping with, like you receive those demons, and vice versa. Like, and like it's just it's a soul connection. It's like, guys, it's beautiful. Like it's like I said, I haven't had it since this path, but like I can only imagine. Like I remember the connection I had with my recent partner, ex, and like guys, just even hugging and like kissing was like crazy. Like so imagine, like, yeah, it's insane. Like it's truly spiritual. But like I said, I'm nobody in the meaning that anybody can do this, but it's really about following the signs and wanting it. You know, this path is about wanting it, because at any moment I can say I give up and, like I said, just fall back into the world. And falling back into the world is just chasing a feeling again, falling back into a feeling of a DJ at Veld or a girl I can meet there, and her physique and how she looks and how I can sleep with her, and what people are going to think when I tell them. And yeah, guys, like I used to get more energy from telling people that I slept with a girl than actually sleeping with her. Crazy. Like the whole act of it was like, this is boring. And then afterwards, like you get a feeling from posting it somewhere, and then your boys saying, "Oh man, crazy," or like a group of guys, and it's like, what? And then like all these things before, like I don't understand, but now it's like I said, because it's not me that has to understand it. Like I said, I really just gave my power over to Jesus and said, like, take this, like remove what you have to remove, but I want to get close to you, and He'll remove everything. Trust me, like friends, partners, everything He has to. And now I'm here making this video. at a much higher level than I was before, but still battling things, still getting attacked, still having to make choices that keep me in flow state or don't. And yeah, guys, every day is a reset. But I see this as something I wouldn't change, like I said, what's fun? Like, sure, you get a feeling from the world and you get a feeling from something external, but then the day after, it's like you lose all your frequency, you lose all your energy, and once again, you just go back to just being a vessel for the enemy. Like you're addicted to feelings, you know. And like I said, I was number one of this, and that's why I say I was a nobody when I was chosen. And even now, I feel like there's still so many levels to reach. So I still feel like a nobody in terms of my level, and how I can grow. But yeah, guys, it's still growth. Like every day it feels like a new day. Every day feels like, like I was just born truly. And someone said this in a reel that I interviewed, and she's truly going to make it because I see that she went through a lot. She was in a dark place. Addiction really um, took her away from herself. But yeah, guys, when she finds Jesus, which I feel I, which I hope I did a good part in putting her close to, yeah, guys, her life has changed completely. Like, guys, and whatever you have, addiction, disease, lust, um, ego, a hardened heart, like all these things can be changed. Hardened heart is something you have to change yourself, but like the lust and stuff like that, once you open up your soul and let Jesus in, guys, it's so crazy how fast it can change. Like I told you guys a year and a half ago, I was at or 2 years, year and a half ago, I was at a festival, like losing myself. Guys, it seems like a long time away, but all those things are removed to now make it seem that I'm here a year and a half later, or 2 years, actually 2 years, yeah, probably 2 years ago. So it's every year. And now I can't even see myself there. It's like, it's a big change. And then a year from now, it's a different change. Like, some things we talk about now, a year from now is going to be like, if I get a year, hopefully, Jesus, then it's a different thing. It's a different person. So yeah, guys, I just really just want to keep growing, making these videos, being honest, being transparent. And like I said, even the smallest choices can set you off. So yeah, I'm going to pray about the choice after this video to see, but yeah, we got to flow a bit crazy. I don't know how much time went by, but yeah, much more at peace. And the whole thing is getting back to opening souls. And yeah, guys, like I said, the path is pretty emotional in the beginning, especially when you really find him and he works through you. You start to shed all these different stories and emotions and things you're holding, and you just have to cry and cry and cry more. And it's not even like you're forcing it, it just happens. And you're like, why am I crying? And it's just like all these things are just being shed from you. Like, and you have to do it. If you don't cry, it's just ego. So to shed all that emotion, all those stories, all that persona you were using, or like all that fake energy that you were putting into trying to be somebody you weren't, and let it all go, and then you guys just find yourself. And you remove fear, and you get more faith, and you have more trust, and you start to see signs. You start to see the path more. You start to have more peace. You start to change massively, like smile more, like your soul, your eyes change. Like my eyes changed completely from when I started. I was like this dim person. Like I was like, well, now I have like a light in my eyes. You could see. And yeah, guys, it's truly, it's only Jesus can change somebody from the inside out. So, but yeah, guys, we'll leave it there. Glad I can make this video. Now I have to go and make the right choices, like I said, and stay in this place. And yeah, guys, it's tough. It's hard, but it's worth it. Everything that's hard is worth it, especially if it's getting you closer to what we don't see, but we feel, because you could feel Jesus. And once you feel him, guys, you never want to let go of him, because it's more than a feeling. It's a frequency. It's like something that's like just goes into like it's like touches the soul. It's hard to explain, but guys, it's like, I don't explain it. It's not a feeling. It's not like I see a DJ and I'm like, oh yeah. No, it's like it just goes past the heart, like into the soul. It just like touches it, and like it was like putting a rock, like a pebble, and then like makes like a little, what's it called? Ripple. That's what it is. It's like Jesus puts a ripple in your soul that hasn't been touched, basically. Like, it's It's crazy. So I'll leave it there, guys. God bless. We'll see. My ego's telling me to go, but yeah, guys, I really have to make this decision. So we'll see. But want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you stayed till the end, you guys know a bit more of my story now, and how we're living this 0.01% lifestyle. So if you guys want to get close to me, you have my WhatsApp group and my Telegram group, the new family. People I interview will be in there as well, and anybody that just connects with my message and wants to get closer to themselves through Jesus and find who they are, their gifts, their purpose, and staying aligned. Like I said, making the right choices is staying aligned, and the more you connect to Jesus, the easier it is to make the right choices. The less you connect with him, the harder it is to make the right choices, and you just spiderweb your way out and just basically just disconnect from him massively. So yeah, guys, we'll leave it there. Thank you. Much love. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend if you're watching this on a weekend. And yeah, guys, just don't get lost in feelings. It's fake. You don't need them. You need yourself in power. You need Jesus to guide you, to guide your soul. And like I said, when he touches your soul, you're like, wow, guys, you can't go back. Truly, I can't go back. Like, what am I going to go back to? Sex I would even want to have for a feeling, so I can show the world that I had sex with somebody. Like that's what I'm going back to. A feeling of music, a feeling of DJs, a feeling of social media and what people are going to think about me, of this life that I create just for them. Like, guys, we need your soul. I believe in you. We need your soul watching. We need you aligned. We need you here, giving your purpose. Jesus needs you, and just connect with him. Make the choice, connect with him, and loosen your heart, and just open up your soul to the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Anyways, guys, we'll leave it there. Much love. But until next time, as always, your soul, your spirit, I love you, and keep killing it.